Hey, business owners, welcome again. This week, we started talking about profitability analysis for jobs and project, which is a part of accounting as a business owner you need to have, specifically if you run a trade business, which means if you are an electrician, an HVAC professional, if you are operating a landscaping business, a remodeling business, across construction industry, if you touch at any point across this space or the source of revenue you derive is from specific jobs or project, then you really need to pay attention to this. Yesterday, I talked about how you have to run a profitability analysis by each project. I showed you the importance of keeping track of revenue by project, direct cost by project, and allocating indirect costs to each project respectively. I also showed you the importance of having a system that shows you really right up front, right, what your profitability looks like in a graphical way, right? So for a lot of our clients, we set up something like this, where on one hand, a display of each and every one of the projects they have in a given month or quarter or year, the revenue, the level of cost, whether it's labor cost, material, or indirect cost allocated to it. And on this side, we like to also look into the different cost structure for each one of the project, right? So this graphical representation is actually one of the things that a lot of our clients love to see, right? And today, what I want to show you is a little bit of variance analysis. Variance analysis the study of is really the study that helps us understand, okay, based on what we were expecting to take place for this project, right? Here's the budget we started with, and compared to the actual cash outflows or inflow that came in, how are our project stacking up? I just want to bring something from yesterday here quickly. We looked at how your project performs based on the industry average, okay? And variance analysis really comes in to help you really complement this knowledge, okay? So we are looking here at the variance analysis for profitability, right? We're expecting to have this level of profit for each one of these projects, and this is the actual profits that we have, right? And we're seeing the variance in dollar amount and the variance in percentage, and we can actually identify which project gave us the largest potential loss, right? So we can clearly see that project 10, project 7, project 72, project 4, right, are the highest project that negatively are impacting our profitability. Also, one thing that I like to put together for my client analysis for revenue, right? So we are essentially trying to compare what was the budgeted revenue for the project and what's the actual revenue we got from this project. And again, I like to put these performance indicators here to really help my clients get a sense of, okay, whether in simple language, if I don't look into the number, is this good, bad, or there's a warning sign here, right? So we do the same for revenue. We do the same for project cost. And by the way, project cost is really coming from here. Look here, right? We have the variance analysis done for labor cost, for material, and for indirect cost. And all these three schedules will flow into the total project cost, which ends up flowing right here to the profitability variance. project cost and revenue variance analysis, they also goes into the profitability variance analysis. So here's what I wanted to tell you, right? If your accounting system is incapable of producing this kind of number, you're essentially running your business in the blind. If you are an HVAC guy or girl, if you are a remodeling professional, if you're running a business that you have jobs or project, right? We have clients in the insulation space, and you actually have, to run this project to make money, just as many of you folks out there in the construction space. So my recommendation to you is start having conversations with your accountant to help you put a system in place like this, so that you can have visibility and clarity on your numbers. More than that, you can actually learn and know which project makes you money, which project are dragging your profit to the ground. And if you need our help, of course, we're always here. We're here to support. We're here to help. But the most important thing that I wanted to communicate here, right, as we are wrapping up this conversation, is you really need to have clarity around your profitability, right? Which project makes you money, which project loses you money. And you also need to have, some form of variance analysis done, at least on a month or quarterly basis. Okay. So I hope this was helpful to you. If you have any question, do not hesitate to reach us out. We'll be more than happy to support where we can. Have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you soon. Cheers.